Martin, I've said to a few of the other guys, the curse continues here at another poor performance.
I think is that five? Is that five in a row now? Five without a victory. It's just hard to believe. You come here a team that haven't achieved an awful lot in the last few years. And we cannot buy a victory here. It's strange, isn't it? And they are a team that like to defend the numbers and fight for their lives. And they did that again today. But surely we know the script by now. We have to counter it. We just don't appear to pick the right teams when we come here. And just another disappointment after what was a great, exciting build up to the game. Fans haven't been in a away game for such a long time. A real feel good factor outside the stadium. Thousands of fans without tickets wanted to get in the stadium. You went in, the fans were singing. Just everything was set up for a victory, just to get us the 3 points that we crave here, but it wasn't to be.
No, you mentioned it. We just can't seem to find an answer for coming here and playing and see if we're going to win a title. We need to find solutions in these games.
We do, and Joe, today the team appeared up for it in the first 20 minutes, half an hour as well. There's loads of energy in the team, but no end product. I think that was the biggest issue today. We've now found a couple of players that can play out wide. We didn't have that last year. But you're relying on a Yeti in the middle on his own, and that's not the answer. That's not good enough. And we weren't getting the balls. There was no end product. We weren't getting the balls into the box. And we didn't really create many chances throughout that whole 90 minutes. We flattered to deceive.
Same old story in it when you come here. A lot of the ball, obviously, I've talked about the midfield recently a lot. We've got qualities in there, but Turnbull and Rogic are good technical footballers. You need different qualities to come here. You need to be ready for a fight, and it gets scrappy at times. And I just thought in midfield, we didn't have enough.
No, we didn't have enough, and we gave away an incredible number of fouls as well. They knew how to win the fouls, and they won them throughout the game, but it wasn't as if it was good tackles. It was just lazy tackles. We kept the ball, but we didn't do much with the ball. We played the simple pass far too often. We didn't try and take on the man or take on two men sometimes. We just didn't do enough of that. There wasn't enough movement in the dangerous areas, movement in the easy areas, playing it around at the back and all the rest of it. But going forward offensively, we were really, really poor today. In that final third of the park, we were shocking.
You mentioned the wide areas already. We did work the ball out there a lot, really struggled to get through the middle of the pitch with a number of bodies, but when the ball got out there, no real end product. The final delivery is really poor at times.
Oh, I thought we're really enthusiastic about Abada and Jota now, but the guys behind them have to be good as well, don't they? And I thought today the wing backs were poor. Paul and Golly, a lot been said about him before the game. Should have been playing in the first place. He offered very little, so disappointed in the wing backs. I thought Abada wasn't great today either, so Jota did okay in spells, but that was about it. There wasn't many pass marks today. Joe Hart had a couple of good saves. Jota was okay, but beyond that, I can't think anybody that stood out.
Three away games so far, 3 defeats. We need to sort that out as quickly as possible, don't we?
I know, and yet on the road in recent years have been really good, really, really good, and struggled sometimes at home. And at home now we're invincible, we're brilliant, we're scoring goals, and the fans have made a big difference. But then today you've got 3 stands, you've got 7,500 fans. It was like a home game, and you're thinking everything was set up, beautiful summer's day. 6 games played, 3 defeats, all of them are on the road. I think if you look beyond that and you look at the European record on the road as well, we're really struggling away from Celtic Park, so we need to fix that and fix that quickly. Today was just another example of how we've not got a strong enough squad.
My final question for you was, we've talked about lack of options in the bench. You see it again today. You mentioned a Yeti. We've got nothing to change it.
No, nothing at all. The guys he brought on are all reasonably good players. Were they better than what he took off? No, they weren't. So we didn't strengthen them. We've no bench strength at all, and it's a real worry. And if you had 1 or 2 players on the bench, you could look at, but we've not even got that. We've not got 1 or 2, and we can feel sorry for ourselves a little bit with the number of injuries, but just really, really disappointed that you can't beat Livingston. I'm right in saying they're right at the bottom of the table as well.
No wins so far. No wins till today.
No wins, and they beat us today. Just really, really disappointing. And you see what happened to Rangers. We're drawn. What a chance to get an extra couple of points, but really disappointing today.